Some people might say, ew, that's embarrassing. Why would you even put that picture up there? For me, it's who I was and what I went through, and it's something that I want to share because it was pretty much a transformational moment for me. It was traumatic for me. And just in case someone else might be going through or have been through the same thing that can relate to it. So that before picture, I didn't realize right away. It took a while where I would realize what is going on with me, because I have to look at the body structure that I have always had and know. That's how I knew and felt something was wrong, because it wasn't something that I was used to. I had never had a stomach, and I would, get in my car and I felt like my stomach was up in my chest and very uncomfortable to drive, and I would sit down and like, what something's inside of me. And so finally one day I was talking to my son about it. He said, Mom, you just got love handles, you just need to work out. And I said, no, I got cancer. Something ain't right in here. This is not normal. So I said, well, let me, because it's time to do something about this. This is not me. This is not feeling good. Doesn't make me feel good. And so I went to the doctor and I said, so what if I have cancer? Like, I'm thinking, this is ridiculous. How big my stomach has gotten. So he did the transvaginal ultrasound and ran some tests, and he said, no, you don't have cancer. And so that's when I started the research, and I realized it was time for me to train my brain to eat differently. I grew up, family on both sides were from the South, and we've ate Southern food, Southern flavorful food, and I just started doing research, and that's when I came across Dr. William Lee's. I watched a YouTube TED talk that he did, and it inspired me when he mentioned that he used to work with veterans, and you see how they go to the military, they go to war, and they're physically fit, but when they come out, you notice like things change, how they look. And he was talking about how they would come in his office, and one vet turned around and looked at him and said, hey doc, what can I do differently? Something like that. What can I do for myself that I can do differently? And so Dr. William Lee mentioned he felt pretty bad because he didn't have an answer. Most doctors, they say, here, take this pill, take that pill, and they don't, that's what they know. That's how they were trained. And when they get their training, they only get about maybe a week, even up to no more than 3 weeks of training in nutrition. And so that's when he, Dr. Lee, went to research and started the Angiogenesis Foundation, and eventually came up with his book. And a lot of things in there resonated with me because I don't do diets per se, and it's just a way of living. Things that you eat the same way you always eat, but you add different things to the way you already eat. And so that's what I did. And what upsets me a lot is when people, and because it's not my personality, when someone say, well, that's just the way it is. You're getting older. Accept the fact that, you're pleasantly plump. Whatever. You're pleasantly plump now. Just accept it. And that's something that I could never accept. I had to do something for myself. And it has, as you can see the before and the after picture, I did it. I changed the way I ate. I did a lot of research and found out what was GMO, genetically modified foods. I don't no longer buy sugar, any sugar, flour, bread, or noodles, things like that in my home. And if I do, what I do besides that book is I look at everything and everybody. For example, I'll take what I like from the Mediterranean diet, the way they eat. I take from the Orthodox Jewish ways they eat, things that resonate with me. I take from the Muslims and how they eat and what they eat when they fasting, and just so many different things. It's not just one way or the highway, like Dr. Mark Hyman came up with his book. He was at a round table and he said, everybody's talking about, well, I'm vegan and I'm vegan and I'm this and I'm that. And he was like, that's when he said, I'm vegan, paleo with vegan. And his main thing was, he brought up the saying of it's my way or the highway. You can see when a lot of people say that. So in the end, it doesn't matter what you do, how you do it, because you can come up with results many different ways. And I think the main thing is when you train your brain to eat differently, train your brain to think differently about eating, and you can do anything you want. You don't have to accept the fact that, it'll never change. You're this way because of your age. Oh, it's the bad foods that we're getting. All that stuff makes sense, but I was not going to sit there, grab a remote control, and sit in a recliner or a chair and just watch TV. No. So that before and after picture was about almost 2 years now. And I just want to let you know that I'm not giving an excuse. I don't think it's an excuse, but to let you know that I'm human. And so I fell off the wagon. I am eating horrible now. I've been eating out, and I got my cookies, I got my Doritos or whatever. But falling off the wagon doesn't have to mean you beat yourself up and give up. So I'm happy and grateful that I was able to go on that journey. I know what I can do. See, turn to the side. I still haven't gained all that back yet, but and I don't plan to. But just to let you know, falling off the wagon, long as I know in my head what I have done and what made the transformation work for me, I can now prepare myself to return to those mechanisms that I've done to deal with the microbiome, to deal with the gut, to prevent like diabetes and other diseases. I know how to get back on track. So I'm just preparing myself to return to those things that have worked for me during my time. And if you ever go through something and you try to do something and then you just fall off the wagon per se, and just don't beat yourself up about it. You know that you can get back on and get back on and ride it. Get back on and ride it. So just to let you know that you can do anything you want to do. You're given a critical diagnosis. For those that have the mindset, you have to have the mindset to say, I understand what you're saying. It doesn't necessarily mean I have to accept it, but I understand what you're saying, and I know, and I'm prepared for the outcome, and prepare the mind to be happy or sad or whatever you want. That's you, and you can prepare your mind to do that. But my drive and the way I think, I'm going to research. Besides listening to a medical professional, I'm going to do my own research and try to do something in my favor. And you can do the same.